This book is a tribute to one of the greatest Italian journalists, Egisto Corradi. As correspondent for the newspaper Il Corriere della Sera between December 1950 and February 1951, Corradi was the protagonist and the witness of an extraordinary adventure, the first edition of the Alger-Le Cap Rally, or the Black Thousand Miles, as they called it. More than 30 years after his death and 110 years after his birth, his memory is still alive not only among those who had the privilege of knowing, but also among those who approach the difficult profession of journalism, and for whom he still represents an unparalleled example of integrity and professionalism. Who Corradi was, as a man and professional, was revealed by his great friend, colleague, and also director, Indro Montanelli, in the affectionate recollection he made of him from the columns of the newspaper Il Giornale on the occasion of his death. More than 70 years have passed since the publication of the first edition of Africa Cronometro, and today this podcast edition aims to offer to the listeners a richer enjoyment of the Egisto Corradi book.
Africa Cronometro is the chronicle of the Rally Mediterraneo, Cape Town, a great sporting event that has now gone down in motoring history, and whose singular importance lies as much in the results it achieved as in the anticipations it gives to the calculations of technicians and the fantasies of sports tourists. Imagine this. 35 vehicles set off from Algiers, from the shores of our sea, and after 15,000 kilometers of road, they arrive on the saline beaches of another human world, of another geographical hemisphere. To speak of roads in these circumstances is euphemistic. The route of the competitors knows real road routes, but it also winds along barely traced carriageways, over the hallucinating backs of deserts, through thickets where the track of the wheels cancels out the plagues of antelope, lion and elephant, crosses impervious mountain ranges, crosses solemn rivers like arms of the sea on which the primitive equipment of the Navalestrians threatens to transform simple fording operations into deadly adventures. Breakages follow breakages, failures follow failures. In spite of this, the tenacity of men does not bend, and their industriousness overcomes every obstacle. They venture, they succeed. In the face of imagination, this test goes beyond the terms of its sporting significance to take on symbolic value. It signifies Europe's commitment to Africa, the West's loyalty to its mission of civilization and the future. It signifies hope. Corradi's book is not a simple sports and tourist itinerary. Of course this side is prevalent in it, but other realities, other insights, other interests of the territories traversed keep the narrator's attention awake. His pen becomes rich in plastic notations when aspects of a solemn and unusual nature impose themselves with particular evidence for their beauty or grandeur. It is, for example, the waters of the Niger, which flow, investing the entire horizon with their immense river life. It is the beauty of Lake Kivu, evoked with delicacy of accent. Nor do the political aspects of Corradi's vision elude him, offering him quick glimpses of the rapidity of the race and observations stolen off the street. Observations all the more acute because they are the fruit of an open intelligence, but also, I would say above all, of a deeply human heart. This ensures that the investigation into the enormous colonizing effort brought by Europe to the Dark Continent is not schematized into arid judgments and abstractions, but is always rich in lively and human addendums. Great virtues are highlighted, but also aberrations that make us blush and doubt. Read the Capone episode, relive the amazement of the good Belgian lady, who, when asked by the journalist, replies, "But what does she ever ask for? Lullabies? Negroes don't know them. They are barbarians. How do you want their women to have maternal feelings, maternal expressions?" And when, shortly afterwards, the sweetness of Negro songs rises up, a heartfelt but solemn protest against the cynical and deteriorating aspects of white colonialism seems to rise from the pages of Corradi. This rally was a terrible test bench for cars and engines. Corradi does not indulge in panegyrics about the host vehicle. This does not detract from the fact that on every occasion he knows how to highlight the extreme skill, endurance and experience of the drivers, and the robustness of the mechanical means entrusted to their care. It is not the case here to reiterate reasons that have already been widely discussed in the technical press. However, it seems appropriate to recall that the two Lancia Beta pickup trucks that took part in the competition snatched the trophy for the best African vehicle from all the competitors. Read this book, and you will feel the free air of adventurous endeavor and the great outdoors breathing around you. The atmospheres of our worlds are often so small, so heavy with thought and stale actions, that they seem as enduring as stone. Well, says Corradi, stand up, look around you. For those who want to, today as in the days of his virginity, the world can be the object of a permanent adventure. The world is great. All we have to do is to exert upon ourselves the effort necessary to exalt and humble ourselves to the terms of that greatness. Then we too can be great by all the possibilities, by all the meters that the world's measure offers us. And life is an endless source of emotion.
Many thanks for listening. Please subscribe and share this audiobook.